Well, hello everybody. This is another live stream coming to you directly from Studio 9 from Sydney, Australia. And thanks for joining me again today. And I hope today I'll have a Q&A session for anybody who wants to actually ask anything question about audio, music, and anything in between. So feel free to join me, and I haven't done live streaming for a while now. I've been quite busy with work. So, yeah. Anyway, so I hope you could join me. I'll be available on the live chat as well, and I'll be able to talk and see what is happening. Hopefully, everybody can hear me all correctly. And yeah, it'll be great fun and entertaining as I blab on to a certain degree. Okay, I've got my chat up and ready to go. So yeah, what's been happening, music world? I hope you guys are having great time making music. I've just after I just finished recording a session with for a YouTube video as well that's coming up, and it's going to be about the new updates in Personas Studio One Prime, the free DAW. So yeah, it's really great. Um, and what's going to be in there, and how I'm actually going to use Studio One Prime to record a song, showing you that it's all possible to get professional sounding mixes, and all you got to do is pretty much master it afterwards. So it'll be great fun, and I hope to finish the editing later on today. But I thought since I haven't done any live streaming for a while, I'll uh, I'll do one to see if there's any interest with Q&A sessions, because I don't have anything actually prepared for live session. I think the last live session I did was giving away SoundForge Audio Studio 12 to two lucky winners, which I've already given them. I hope they are all enjoying it. Yeah, so feel free to comment and ask any questions. And if you have just joined in, thanks for joining in. So I'll give it a try for another few minutes to see if anybody's going to join, because has always been the case. The timing that I have now and the timing that I've for the rest of the world, it doesn't line up. Whenever I'm available to do any live streaming, the rest of the world is sleeping or at work. So I don't have many sort of joining in, but I'll give it a try anyway and see how it goes. Oh, we got the one live chat. Luis Turs, thanks for joining, Luis. And got a question already. Did you used to use Sonar Platinum? Not Platinum version, but I do have Sonar, and I still use Sonar. I have Sonar Artist that I used, and just never felt to upgrade to Platinum. Maybe one day I will upgrade, because I was trying to decide which DAW to go with a couple of years ago, or a few years ago. And then I ended up deciding to go with Studio One Professional. But yeah, I still use Artist for various projects, various things, because I like the workaround and workflow of Sonar. And I'm a great supporter of Cakewalk as well. I think I've also done um, uh, what's the other one? Um, Music Creator 7. Because I had Sonar, and then I got the deal saying, you can get Music Creator 7 for $20. I said, I already have, Sonar. What would I need Music Creator? But I thought for $20, why not? And I've got a couple of videos on Music Creator 7 and how you can actually use it for music production. Again, for $20, you get quite a lot, which is good. Yeah. So I hope that answers for you, Luis. and I hope a few other people join in as well and ask questions. Did you have any specific question about Sonar? Because there's not much difference in Sonar from the Platinum to the others. You obviously you get more of the you get the channel strip that I know of at least, which is in Sonar Platinum and few other VST plugins and things in there. But between the Artist and Platinum, as far as Sonar, the main engine, I believe it's pretty much the same. So. And continuing, it says Louis says if you liked Sonar, yes, yes, I do. I do like Sonar. Cakewalk has been around for a very long time. I actually have Sonar X1 on the CD that I've purchased, and that's then upgraded to all the other versions um, as well. So, yeah, it's in the studio somewhere lined up. Yeah. Did you just got Sonar Platinum or you've got the other versions, Louise? Yeah. Anyway, any questions in particular that you might have, Louise? Because it looks like a few more people joining in as well. I have Mike Casey. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining again for this quick unannounced live stream. And Mike asked the question, hello, I was wondering what video capture device are you using? I love the quality. Um, which video capture device? Are you talking about the camera I'm using now? I think the camera I'm using now is a Logitech one. It's just a USB camera that's plugged in to my um, PC. And for the sound, it's actually coming from a microphone, which is my ISK BM 800, which is connected to my vocal processor and into my Yamaha AG03 USB audio interface, and that's feeding as well. So yeah, I'm to be honest, it's okay. The camera is okay that I use the Logitech one, but there's still, when as I move my arm, you still get that sort of really ghosty effect, which I don't really like it. But yeah, it's good enough for live streaming for sure. It's supposed to be 720p, um, but yeah, it does do the job. But for all of my other videos, this is the camera that I use. This is the Zoom Q4. You can see it there. There we go. And this is one fantastic camera. It's a tiny camera, and the great thing about it is that it's got its own stereo microphone, which is very, very clear. All of my YouTube videos actually are recorded on this. It also has a line level mic and line level input. So if I want to capture something other than the built-in microphones, I can plug it in there. It gives a good option. And yeah, this is about 10. This is 1080p camera, so it's really great. That's what I use for all of my other video capturing. Hope that answers. Louise has another question. It says, "Are you still on Windows?" Yeah, I'm pretty much been on Windows for a few years now. I still have my Mac, um, sitting gathering dust, but yeah, I'm definitely on Windows because there's a lot more options on Windows than on Mac. My Mac was getting old, and I wanted something more powerful, quiet. So I built my own PC, and there's a video on my channel you can watch how I built what things I used. And yeah, the Mac is just pretty much there if I ever need it. I don't think I will get rid of it. But yeah, it's there. It was just getting a bit old. And every time Apple upgrades their OS, half of my software on there wouldn't work anymore because it's no longer comparable, which is, it's annoying, absolutely annoying to, even the latest version they're just about to upgrade now. Um, so many products, so many drivers, especially in audio drivers and things that just don't work, and it just drives me up the wall. I said, at least with Windows, most of the time there's a new driver available, new thing available pretty much straight away. You can always go into compatibility mode or choose not to upgrade. You don't really have to upgrade. For a long time, I was on Windows 7, didn't want to upgrade to 8 or 10. Then once I tested it, make sure that everything that I had worked on 10, then I upgraded onto 10. But with Apple, yeah, it's sort of forced down your throat. That's my sort of feeling that I get with Apple. So yeah, sorry. um, Hope that answers your question, and I hope I'll get a few more viewers as well. Let me see. Oh, okay. There's a few more viewers coming. Louise continues asking, do you have a solid state hard drive? Yes, I do. I better turn this phone off. It doesn't click every time I get a message. Sorry. Yes, I do have a solid state drive as my main drive in there, and I've got a couple of 2 terabyte drives where all of my data are on. All of my audio files are on there, but programs are installed on my SSD drive. I think it's about 500 gig SSD drive that I had. And I also obviously have external drives for backup. So they are plugged in, and every time I switch it off, they get unplugged. So, yes, definitely. If you can afford SSD drive as your main drive, definitely get it because it improves like from 30 seconds down to 3 seconds. So previously, before SSD, whenever I actually press the power button on my computer, it would take anywhere between 30 to 40 seconds before I could do anything useful. But now I press it. By the time I come to the screen, from looking down the PC up to my screen, it's already up and going. So it's definitely worth it. Okay, Mike Casey asks another question. What is your favorite DAW to record with? I've been using Magic since 2005. Hey, Magix was my first DAW. Magic Samplitude Silver, which came with one of my controllers that I had, and I used that for quite a while. Then I upgraded it to Magic Music Studio 2015, and just several months ago, Magic actually upgraded me to a free version of 2007 Magic Samplitude Studio 2017, which is really great. I did mention to Magic, so that's really great. But my main DAW at the moment is PreSonus Studio One version 3.5.6 professional, obviously. But I do have Pro Tools, I do have Cubase, I do have Sonar, I do have Reaper, and a couple other in there as well. Some I purchase for my use because sometimes clients come in that they've recorded in Sonar or they've recorded in Cubase, mostly in Cubase or in Reaper. So I don't have to take the stems out and bring it in and try to do it in Studio One. I just use the DAW that it's been initially recorded in. And few DAWs like Magic Samplitude 2017 was donated to me by Magic. And then I have FL Studio Signature Edition also donated by Image Line to me as well, which is great. and I use that for music or sound creation, especially FL Studio. I'm still learning. I have not used it much, FL Studio, but I'm learning. It's really great tool for creating sort of sequences and things like that. So definitely. So yeah, um, but Samplitude is definitely a great DAW. I used several years and recorded many albums on them. Louis says I use Vegas Studio. That's awesome. I guess you're talking about Vegas Studio. That's the video editing software. Um, I think they just released new ones. Well, um, yeah, I'm planning to get now that Magic has taken over Sony Vegas. Um, I am planning to actually purchase their cat down version of Vegas. I think their Vegas movie studio or something like that, which is just over $100. So I'm planning to use that because my current video editing software is no longer supported. It doesn't even exist anymore, and I need to probably upgrade. So yes, won't go all the way to Vegas because I don't do video editing, but definitely would go to yeah, the cut down version, the entry level version of Sony Vegas from Magix. Yes. Mike Casey says 2002 I used Cakewalk, then started Magic Music Studio 10. Now I have Magic Music 2016 and Magic Music Studio 2017. I really love them, easy to use. Yes, and I do have several videos with Magic Music Samplitude Music Studio 2017, and yeah, it's really great. It's really easy to use. Has all the functionalities. It comes with tons and tons and tons and tons of VST instruments and sounds, and I've got a video on my channel as well, which I think uh, if you go through every sound will take you several hours to just fiddle through and find sounds in there. So it's really great for the price. It's fantastic. And I'm not only saying this because Magic actually gave it to me or donated Samplitude Music to me, because I've actually have purchased in the past and upgraded every time. Um, yeah, it's got really great um, musical instruments. So even if you don't have any musical instruments that you play, like keyboards and guitars, it's got all the instrumentation and VST plugin in Magic Samplitude Music Studio 2017. So really great. I'm glad you like it. Louise asks, do you master in Studio One? I love that feature. If I have recorded the album in Studio One, so if the client came in and we recorded everything in Studio One, then I do take on the mastering side. But a lot of times, if it's a single song or just one-off single release, I normally export it and then I master it in Reaper. Now, lately, I have been mastering the last 3-4 songs in SoundForge Audio Studio 12 because it's got more functionality. It's much quicker. It loads the WAV file, and then I'm able to put all the mastering effects on, export it, and it's really great. So I'm just using that for now. But a lot of times I used to use Reaper for mastering for singles. Now, if it's multiple songs, makes it really easy in Studio One Professional to move all your projects automatically, mix downs your masters, and you've got your mastering part in Studio One, and you can do your mastering in there as well. So yeah, it's definitely really great. Mike Casey asks another question. I was amazed when I first bought them. Very powerful, the low end software. I hope you're talking about the Magic one. I wouldn't actually call it low end. I know they're sort of middle. The amount of functionality that comes within the stock plugins that comes with Samplitude um, Music Studio 2017 You really don't need any other VST plugins in there. It's got everything that you need built in. And they're really great, easy to use, easy to understand. And I don't think whenever I'm using Samplitude Music Studio 2017, I hardly use the external plugins, though you can. Um, but I hardly use it because it makes it really easy, quickly, and ready to go. So if you've got a drums and you want to put in, you put in the built-in compressor, choose one of the default presets, couple of them, try them out, and they sound really great, and away you go. So I wouldn't say it's low-end software, but because there are audio editing software or DAWs which are wouldn't even install. Um, that's what I would call low end. But I think it's sort of middle range, for great for starters and amateurs to start with, and then of course you can move up to the full samplitude, which is about $700-800 US, and that gives you everything as well. And or you got Sequota as well, where you can move up to that to do mastering. So I would say low end, but for the price, you're definitely getting a great bargain. Okay, moving on. I do have Louise saying, "Do you use Appboard gear or sum your tracks?" Was just wondering. I do use Appboard gear for sure. A lot of the times, every microphone or any line level input goes through my Artboard gear before it goes into my audio interface. They go to compressors and not many EQs, but compressors, so I can actually have control of the signal going in. And then sometimes I do use the PreSonus pipeline to use an Artboard gear, whether if it's a compressor or an EQ, to get even more Artboard analog sound in. And as to summing, I would love to do it one day, but I don't have a summing amplifier. Summing amplifier, even for 8 in, 2 out, you are looking, I think about like $3,000-4,000. This is way over my budget for that. But having said that, I can output my master out to my audio processor, the Behringer DEQ 2496, which has basically SPDIF in, SPDIF out, or sometimes I use analog in and analog out, sort of feed it in and get that analog compression or an EQ that I need as an outboard gear, or just run it through any one of my favorite outboard compressors to compress it even further and have nice sort of analog feel and warmth and richness in the final mix down. Or if I'm doing mastering, I definitely use outboard gear. I've got lots of outboard gear because I've collected them over years and years and years. I have collected quite a few outboard gear. Mike Casey, again, you guys are quite busy today. Says, when I changed from Cakewalk back in 2005, I first got Magix as a thrift store for $15, and I was amazed at the software and been hooked ever since. $15, that's a bargain. 2005, 2006, still that was great. It's really great. That's a great deal. Yeah, I mean, even the latest ones, 2017, they're not that expensive, 70 or 80 euros or dollars, 79 or 80 US dollars for the music studio. That comes with, what was the other one that came with? I've got it on my screen. I know it came. There's two programs that you get. You get Magic Samplitude, Music Studio, and not Music Maker, but there's another one that comes with it. Here we go. What's it called? Yeah, I can't remember because I do have both Music Studio 2015 and Samplitude Music Studio 2017 installed all at the same time. So you can have both. Yeah, there's some other program that comes with it as well. That's really great. Do you, Mike asks, do you record for the music industry also? Not sure what you mean by the music industry. I do record music for whoever wants to come in and record. I also do lots of mixing that's been recorded elsewhere, and I get the stems sent in, and I do editing, mixing, and mastering from everywhere. Um, Most of my mixing clients has been from UK, Canada, and couple from South Africa that I have done. I'm trying to think. Yeah, yeah. So pretty much, and in India, I've done one from India as well. So yeah, it's um, I'm trying to think. What else? Yeah, yeah. I just do record whatever, and I do record for my own as well, but mostly it will be clients. Louise says you need audio summing 8 channel for $345. I love it. Oh, that's it's a passive summing box. Yeah, there's few around, but it all depends what you want to do. I'll check it out. Whether if it's available in Australia, it's another thing because a lot of the times, so many things are not available in Australia, which drives me sometimes mad because we can't get it here, or even if we can get it, it's um, so expensive for the delivery. Okay, we're looking at 8 channels. Almost. Okay. I'm looking at it now. Unit audio summing, 8 channels. And there's a couple of things in there. Hmm. They've got the 16 one as well. That's good to know. Looks like Matthew Wells is promoting it, which is good to know. Ah, Mick Conley as well. Okay. I'll check it out. I'll leave that page open so I can check it out later on. Thanks for that, Louise. I'll check it out. I'll just have to find out how much the delivery is going to be all the way to Australia. Um, and Mike says he got the Magic Studio 2017 for $50. Yeah, I thought so. You know, they do have it on special every now and then. Easy Media asked the question. Hi, Easy Media. Thanks for joining in. It says, do you know Mike Russell? Mike Russell. Doesn't ring a bell. I'll check it out because I know so many, people, but a lot of the time, um, I wouldn't unless I actually see them. Bit hard to know. Hello, I'm Mike from musicradiocreative.com. Okay, I found him. No, I have not met him. I have not seen him. I'm not aware. Mike Russell from Let's Create Awesome Audio. Oh, okay. I think I have watched a couple of his videos. Yes. Um, yeah, which was interesting. Okay, thanks for that. I'll chase him up and see what else he's got for me. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great time. This is a short, unannounced sort of live stream that I thought I'll do, which I haven't done for a while. And if people have any questions they'd like to ask, very soon I'm about to actually finish editing of a new video demonstrating PreSonus Studio One Prime with the new um, option that they added, which used to be in professional version. Now it's available in artist and prime, which is the um, arranger track for your timeline. So I've got a video made up for that one. I've recorded a song, and which is my personal song, and then I actually showing you how you can use the arranger track to rearrange your song, which is fantastic. And yeah, then there's a few other videos coming as well. There's I got few talented musicians coming into the studio to do YouTube videos with me, which are talented guitar players, which is good. I'm not a guitar player, so I invited a couple local musicians to come and join me to make YouTube videos demonstrating um, audio gear and talking and making music, so they can actually have the real guitar being played, and we're gonna have chat. We're gonna have lots of fun. Also gonna be meeting with lots of talented as well as famous local musicians, and yeah, I'm gonna be visiting a couple local rehearsal studios and recording studios as well, and just having a look around and interviewing them. So there's lots happening. There's lots coming up. It's just that I'm trying to make enough time between my day job, my recording in my studio, editing, mixing jobs here, and trying to go out, take my camera, go out and actually interview people and talk to people, um, and those sort of things. So there's lots of new things coming up. Okay, Mike Casey says, I sometimes jam online with friends across the globe on Jam Kazam. It's a free online jam software where you can do audio and video. Um, I know there's few out there, Mike, but I used to do quite a lot of jamming with people on Ohm Studio. Doesn't have video, but it's all audio, multi-track audio. Ohm Studio. I do have a couple of videos on my channel about it. Jam Kazam. I know there was another one which. Oh no, that was something banned. I can't remember. Where everyone records video and their part of the song, and then all the others join in later on, collaborated thing. I guess Jam Kazam might be something similar. I'll check it out later on. Thanks for that, Mike. See what 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 things it has. Luis says, "Tell Terry at Unit Audio I said hi. He's so nice. Enjoy if you try the summing box. Thanks for your help and advice," says Luis. Okay, I'll definitely give it a try. I mean, I have been looking at summing boxes, but whatever I could find, music stores, as I said, they range anywhere between $2,500 to $3,000. They are active though; they're not really passive as such. And anything on eBay, again, not exactly what I wanted. So that's why I have not used any summing mixers or summing amps. Um, but I do have the facility because my audio interface, it does have 8 output, 8 input. And I can use those 8 outputs to sum out my buses and then come back as stereo in as mastered one. But yeah. Oh, Dangerous Music. He says from Luis. Yes, they're the ones that are really, really expensive. Um, but that's the one they said it's really, really great. Bring the analog back into your digital world. But yeah. Anyway, at one stage, I was even thinking of modifying one of my gear to become a summing mixer. I think I have it somewhere here. Yep, I do. There we go. This thing. Okay, this is a VCA controlled, basically, fader. it has 32 inputs, outputs. Nothing digital. It's analog in, analog out. So I was actually thinking that be able to use this as my summing mixer, and because it's got all the amplifiers in it, and in and out, and even though I'm also be able to control the in and out volumes through MIDI. Behind it, it's got MIDI connections that allows you to control each one of the inputs and outputs via MIDI. But too much work. I do have electronics engineering degree behind me, but not degree. Sorry, electronics engineering, but not a degree, just a certificate that I have done. So I can do it, but it's just the amount of time it's going to take me to modify the electronics in there and work out all the op amps and rearrange it and rewire it. Or just I'd rather buy something. But yeah, no, this is not a patch bay. It's all electronics in there, and it's 32 inputs and outputs where you can connect all your inputs and you've got outputs, and using MIDI you can actually control the volume of each of the inputs to the output, if that makes sense. So they're basically faders that don't actually have physical faders that go up and down, but it's controlled by MIDI. I don't know how can I explain it. Yeah, you see those consoles that have moving faders. This is basically 32 faders, but without the physical fader. You can control the volume with it. That's what it is. Not a patch bay. Of course, it doesn't work anymore because only the drivers for them is only comparable for Windows XP. The latest was XP. So Windows 95 and XP. So that's how far back this equipment is from. So it no longer works in that sense. But I was going to modify it and make it a summing mixer. But yeah. Mike Casey says, you should check it out. It's awesome. You can chat and play with each other in real time. And also, if you have a webcam, you can see each other on the screen while you jam. Yeah, that sounds quite interesting. Jam Kazam. I'm going to chase that up right now. It's really great. Whenever I do these live streams, the amount of information that I actually get, which... other than, I answer questions of things that I know, the same time, you guys help me out, find out things which, a lot of the times I may not be able to find out or know about it. So it's really great. Thank you. Yes, Jam Kazam, revolutionizing the way musicians connect, play, learn, and earn across the city or across the nation. Join today, play free. Thank you so much, Mike. This is really great. I'll chase that up as well to see what it's all about. Excellent. It says out of the box analog summing for just $149. So that's another great. Thank you, Luis. I will definitely chase that up to see how much it's going to cost to get it delivered to Sydney, and because the whole idea of the summing mixer at your main output is because digital is just too perfect. What you need to introduce is analog randomness and analog irregularities in your audio, so it sounds more natural and not digital. So that's the whole idea. And for the price, I think even at the $199, I guess it'd be worth it. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for Jam Kazam. I'll chase that up. Um, Luis asks, "Do you have Windows 10?" Yes, I do have Windows 10. I just got a pick with Windows 10. Was always a Mac user. Oh, PC with Windows 10. I was been. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yes. I mean, I use Mac as well. I still have my Mac, but I use Windows. Always been a Windows user for a very long time. Um, yeah, just I guess because Windows is supported on more hardware, there's more developers for Windows. You know, yeah. I mean, I've got Linux as well. I run Linux. I have a laptop which has Linux on it. It all depends what my mood is. But my main PC that everything is connected at the moment is Windows 10. Mike Casey says also you can record and each person's track can be loaded to your computer to edit in your DAW. Oh, okay. So you can actually download the stems from Jam Kazam and load it in your DAW for further editing, mixing. I guess. Well, that's really great. I'll chase it up. I guess it's very similar to Home Studio, like with the added benefit of having video on top. And looks like they sell their own audio interface, USB audio interface, jam tracks. It's all online. Yep. Oh, really great. Thanks for that. It's all good. So I hope if there are any other people out there who have joined in, thanks for joining in. This was a quick and unannounced um, live stream, which I haven't done for a while. So I thought I'll do a live stream for you guys. And in case people have questions. And looks like Mike and Luis have been quite busy with answering questions as well as providing we with more information. Luis says, "Do you have optical on your interface?" Yes, I do have ADAT. I've got multiple interfaces, and most of them do actually have ADAT SPDIF or ADAT connections. Um, that's what you were asking. I have a new guy, WRLD World EATR Eater. I guess World Eater says, "Hi, my name is Ryan. Have you ever tried the Roland Integra 7 at all?" Um, not sure rings a bell. I'll have a check. I do visit my music shop quite often, but I don't keep um, mind what's out there. Oh, it's a sound module. No, I don't believe I've actually seen it or used it. Looks like quite an expensive one. I could grab one for $1,800. I guess it must be something new. The Roland Integra 7 Supernatural Sound Module. Looks really fantastic. Hmm. No, I don't believe I actually seen it. Usually things of that price magnitude are not really available for everyone to just go and play around with unless you're actually ordering it. Most music shops will order it once you pay for it and then buy it. Yeah, it's not like sweet water here in Australia. You can't really go to a music shop unless it's a dedicated music shop that just sells um, musical instruments, which is quite rare as well. You can't really go and play around with things with those sort of um, things. I wish we could. Yes. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, Ryan. Luisa says, so you can get the 16 with ADAT, 16 channels for the summing, 8 and 8 on your interface. Yes, I guess that is possible. But a lot of the times, 8 output should be quite okay for summing, because you've got the buses, you've got stereo bus for your drums, then you've got one for bass, maybe one for guitars, or if it's stereo for guitars, if you've got guitars panned left and right, so that gives you 5. Then you've got your vocals 6, keys and everything else 7 and 8 as a stereo. So usually 8 will get you going. But if that means if I need to extend to 16 inputs and outputs, or at least 16 outputs, that means I need to actually go and purchase um, an, an, an ADAT in-out module like the Behringer's ADA 8200, or I try to connect both of my audio interfaces together with the link, and try to work it out that way. I mean, there are ways, but usually I would think for my size of studio and how much work I do, I think 8 in uh, or 8 out should be plenty. Thanks for that information, Louise. And Ryan says, thank you. You're most welcome. Yeah. I mean, there's so many out there. When I go to a music shop, they've got so many products out and new products coming all the time. It is so hard to catch up and know. And also, it all depends what your interest is. Usually, I play keyboards and synthesizers that I have, that, and I sort of settle with them. Because every time I go to the music shop and to the keyboards and synthesizers section, if I actually go in, I end up coming broke. I spend all the money trying to find, all the new things, all the new sounds. You go, wow, this sounds so much better. Wow, look at that. Oh, the piano is just amazing. And then you go, oh, you gotta hold yourself back so that you don't spend all that money. But yeah, yes. Behringer's, I have that one. Louis says, yep, the Behringer, I have that one. Great. And Sapphire Pro 40. Yes, they all have the ADAT in and out and 8 analog in and out as well. Yeah, I never sort of had the need, so I never purchased it. But if the need does come up, I can actually get the ADA 8200 quite a good price actually, because a local music shop does do great deals for me because I buy so much from them. Over the years I have spent not thousands but tens of thousands of dollars there. Yeah. Anyway, well, I hope I'm answering all the questions. I'm definitely getting a lot of information from you guys as well. Let me see. I'll be on for another 10 minutes or so, and I'll be heading out back into my video editing, so I can actually have a video out maybe tomorrow or at least the day after, up and going. Any other questions or any other topics you guys want to have a quick chat with me? Interesting. Yeah. Lots of messages. Oh, I just went blank. Okay. I'm getting lots of messages I've turned off as well. Uh, okay. Well, I think that's about it. I've got one more question from Ryan. Says, have you ever used or came across a website called Lender for mastering your tracks online? Yes, I actually am a member for Lender. Just for a moment. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just had to answer a phone call. Yeah, a lender. I have definitely you heard it. Yes, I am a member. I usually do my own mastering, but sometimes, as comparison, I upload it and compare lender's master to my one to see what difference they made. Whether I need to, whether lender's one sounds better and have a reference and change it if I need to, or if lender's one sounds better, then I'll go with that. But other than that, yeah, I do my own mastering. Mike Casey says, "Hey, it was awesome chatting with you. God bless. Hope you check you out again." Yes, I have lots of videos on my channel, so if you haven't visited my channel, I have plenty information there as well. I do live streaming every now and then. I try to do once a month if I can. Um, and yeah, so great. Thanks you so much for joining today and making this live stream really exciting because I had lots of questions from you guys. And Mike says, I have used Lender. It's pretty good. Yep. I mean, it's really easy as well. You don't really need to go to their website because you can download their app and then you can just sort of put your file into the lender's folder, which automatically gets uploaded, mastered, and then downloaded. So you could really do that as well, in case you didn't know, which is quite handy. Ryan says, cool, thanks. Great to talk. And I'm building my new home studio from the ground up too. Like literally from the ground up, like I have done, or you sort of building inside um, construction as well. Because if you are building from the ground up, then my videos will be quite helpful for you if you have not seen them already. So yeah, it's I'm really enjoying it here. Um, I've been in the studio for since July, I think. June, July. Yeah, June, July. Yeah. It's every time I walk in here, I look and say, "Yep, I did this," and there's yeah, that bit there. Yeah, I gotta fix that bit. Um, yeah, I had to finish off that bit. So it's always like that because you know you built it, but the pleasure I get from it, and it's really, really great. I hope you have the same experience as I have because I really enjoyed it. It took me 12 months to build it because I took my time. I wasn't in a rush, researching every step, and I hope you really enjoyed as well. Please do let me know, Ryan, how you're going. Whether you are making any videos and putting on YouTube channel, please do let me know. Just write the comment below of your YouTube channel, and I'll follow it up as well. I would love to see how you're gonna go and how you're doing, and keep in touch. More than happy to give any help and advice from my experience if you are building as well. So, whereabouts in the world are you, Ryan? US, UK, Canada, or any of the other parts of the world, Africa, Asia, Middle East? So, do let me know because I would love to follow up. Um, there are a few other YouTubers I also follow up as well, which are building um, not from the ground up. Regardless, I do like to follow and more than happy to help and give ideas as well. And Ryan says, will do. Appreciate it. And I'm from the lovely cold UK. Hey, I do have relatives in UK and I do have lots of friends in UK, from YouTube that I always Skype with and chat with. So I have had the opportunity to visit a few years ago in UK and lovely London. Yep, and London calling. Yep, and yeah, visiting relatives there. Hopefully, next time I travel to UK, I will be seeing some of my followers who are in London. And when I go there for a visit, hopefully try to get an organize some time, get together, um, have a cold brew, cold beer, or a cup of tea, something like that. Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's great. Great to know, Ryan. Okay, time's nearly running out. 3 more minutes to go, guys. I do apologize. I did set myself time to have a break from my work. It is important to have a break from the work that you're doing so that your ears rest, your um, your brain starts thinking differently. And but once the time is up, you got to go back to work. You got to finish it. 'Cause I need to finish editing my next video to upload on YouTube. So yeah. Uh, yeah, don't forget if you do have Ryan, if you do have a channel on YouTube, do write below so I can follow it up for you. I would love to watch how you're going. Actually, what was his name? Simon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Simon. Some I can't remember his last name. That he built a new studio as well. He moved into a nice place and built studio as well, and he was documenting it. And I loved watching that as well because it reminds me of how I actually went and start um, building my studio, which I'm totally, totally, totally enjoying it. It's so great. It's so great. I could be here in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock in the morning, blasting, and no one can hear me outside. No one can disturb me. It's just really great. Yeah. I have had the musicians here coming, Saturday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, till early, sort of, 1 o'clock or 1:30 that we finish recording. Because all the energy is there and without getting disturbed. And then we have to go out of the place because everybody else is sleeping. Neighbors sleeping and everything. We sort of sometimes wonder if we are waking up the neighbors, but definitely we go outside for a break and we play the music inside. And you can hardly hear anything outside, even that late at night. So I hope yours will be as successful and a good one as well. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. It's a wrap up for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me today and watching me blab on things. I hope I did answer a few questions that were up there, and I definitely received more information as well. The unit audio summing mixer, passive summing mixer, and also about Jam Kazam. Maybe you might see me there one day if I get the time to play around. And also the Integra 7, something I might check out because I just checked on my local music store, and they do have it on their list, but whether they have it, yeah, it says online you can order, but actually, when they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shops around the city or around different parts of the area of where I live, and where I live there, yeah, they don't have it online. You have to order it. So if you go to the shop, they don't have it in the shop. You have to order it, and it's available online. So that's why I never heard of it or never seen it because they don't have it at the shop unless I actually look for it. But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, and I do appreciate it, and I hope you have a great time making music. Till next time, in a couple of days, there'll be new video coming up. Cheerio, guys. See ya.